My dear students, hope you are all well in this COVID pandemic by God's grace. I am L.K. Naik. I welcome you all to Elite Studies. Today, we will discuss on voice, active voice and passive voice. So, without wasting time, let us please start. My dear students, to know what is active and passive voice, let us take an example. The example is Ram is flying a kite. The first and foremost thing you have to know in voice is how to identify the subject and the object. This is the very first requirement. In this particular sentence, Ram is flying a kite. Ram is the subject and a kite is the object. Clear? How will you know? The one which comes before the verb, that is the subject, and the one which comes after the verb, that is the object. Here you see, Ram is the subject, kite is the object, flying is the verb, and is the helping verb or the auxiliary verb. You will come to know later all these things. Now, if you write the same sentence as a kite is being flown by Ram, now this is in passive. Why? First of all, why we call this as passive and the first one was active? My dear students, in this first case, the doer of the verb here is flying. So, who is doing that verb? Okay, who is acting on that verb? That is Ram. So, Ram is the doer of the verb, flying. So, therefore, it is in active voice. The rule is that if the subject is the doer of the verb, then that is called active. If the subject is not the doer of the verb, then it is a passive. In the second one, a kite is being flown by Ram. In this case, you see, here what is the verb? Flown. Is the kite flying itself? No. Ram is flying the kite. Means here the subject kite is not doing the work. Okay, the kite is not doer of the verb flown. Ram is the doer. Whereas Ram is in the object. So, if the subject is not, this is the subject, a kite is the subject. If this subject is not the doer of the verb flown, then that is called passive. So, I will repeat, that is very important, how to know which one is active and which one is passive. First of all, you should know that if the subject is the doer of the verb, then it is active. If the subject is not doer of the verb, then that is a passive. Now, the thing is that why we should do like this? Because the meaning of these two sentences are same. Then why we should do like this? The reason is, dear students, in case of Ram is flying a kite, we are paying more attention to Ram. We are not paying any attention to kite. This is very important. To change active to passive and passive to active is not enough in voice. You have to know how to use that. For this purpose, you should know that here in this particular sentence, Ram is flying a kite, the prominence, the importance is given to Ram, the subject. We want to know something about Ram. So, here Ram is subject, Ram is flying a kite. Now, in the second one, a kite is being flown by Ram. We are not interested about Ram. Here we are interested about the kite. Okay, so this is the difference between an active voice and a passive voice. If you want to give whatever you want to give the importance, here as I told you, here the importance is given to Ram and Ram is the doer of the verb, so it is active. Here the importance is given to kite, but kite is not the doer of the verb. Okay, so it is in passive. Now, to change active to passive, there are certain rules that the details will come later on in these slides only. Here, the very first thing is that you see Ram in active voice is subject, but in the passive voice it has become an object. Again, I will tell you, here kite is the object here. In active voice, kite is the object here, but it has become here the subject. So, dear students, here in case of active and passive voice, what happens? The subject becomes the object and vice versa. Vice versa means the object becomes the subject. I will again repeat. Here you see the Ram, which is the subject here, it has become the object, isn't it? It has, now you see, it has become the object. Clear? And here the kite has become the, which is the object here, has become the subject. So there is a crisscross. So hence we say that subject Ram, you see here, subject Ram in active voice has become object in the passive voice. You can see here. Similarly, object, a kite, here you see a kite is the object, in active voice has become subject in the passive voice, isn't it? You see again, here you see a kite, which is in active voice a object, has become the subject in the passive voice. These two things are very important to note, my dear students. The subject becomes the object and the object becomes the subject, the very first thing. Next, very important is to know that the third form of the verb is always used. What is the third form of the verb? I will tell you just now, okay. Passive voice always take third form of the verb. Okay, dear students, and the next thing is by is generally used in passive. You see, a kite is being flown by Ram. This is generally used in most of the sentences. We use this, okay, but it is not a complete concrete rule. In some cases you will see, but very few sentences where you don't use by. That also we will see in later classes. Okay, with this, now let us go to the next topic. Let us take example 2. You took my pen. Now here it is in active voice. Why? Because the verb here is took. The verb here is took, and this verb who took, you took, means you is doer of the verb took, isn't it? So this is an active voice. Now this you, which is the subject, now it has become object, and here the pen, which is the object, has now become the subject. Clear, students? The vice versa. So you took my pen. My pen was taken by you. Now see here took, which is the first form, has now become taken. That is what? Taken. Taken means it is the third form of the verb. Take, took, taken, takes, taking. Okay, the third form of the verb. Again you see by is has been used. With this, now let us go to the next topic. Questions may be asked to you whether the given voice is in active or the given voice is in passive. So to identify whether the voice is in active or passive, what you have to do? You see, if subject is the doer of the verb, this is very important. I have told you what is the subject. Subject generally comes before the verb and object comes after the verb. Okay, if the subject is the doer of the verb, if subject is doing the work, okay, then it is called active. Just the opposite, if the object is doing the work, means if the subject is not doing the work, as I told you, a kite is being flown by Ram. Kite was not doing the work flying. Okay, so when the subject is not the doer of the verb, then that voice is in passive. The word passive means inactive. Okay, dear students, active, the word its opposite of active is inactive. In English, inactive is also known as passive. Okay, means the subject is passive. It is not, the subject is not doing the work. Really, actually the object is doing the work. So therefore we say that the voice is in passive. Okay, so now you see example here. Harry is playing football. Who is playing football? Who is doing the work playing? Harry, and Harry is the subject. So therefore it is in active voice. The police caught the thief. Caught. Who is catching? Who is doing this work? The police, and the police is the subject. So therefore it is in active. The cat has killed the rats. The verb is cat. Who is killing the rat? Who is doing this work? The cat, and cat is the subject. So in all these three sentences, the subject is the doer of the verb. So therefore they are inactive. Now come to the passive voice. Football is being played by Harry. The same thing I have written in passive voice. Football is being played. This the verb playing is not done by football. Okay, it is done by Harry, and Harry has become the object, and football is the subject. So the subject is not doing the verb play. So therefore it is in active. Passive. Now next you see the thief was caught by the police. Means the thief is not doing the work of catching. The police is doing, and the police is in object, and thief is in the subject. That the subject is not doing the work of catching. So therefore it is in passive. Okay. Now the rats have killed the rats have been killed by the cat. The rats is not doing the work of killing. Killing is being done by cat. So therefore the subject is not doing the verb kill. So therefore it is in passive. Okay students, I hope you have understood. Now let us go to the next slide. Extremely important, my dear students, is extremely important. Rules for changing active to passive voice. It is very, very important. If you follow these rules, then there will be no error while changing it. First rule, as I have already told you, the subject in the active voice becomes the object in passive voice. Okay, you may note these things down, or you can take the screenshot. The object in active voice becomes the subject in passive voice. Very, very important. The first two rules. Second, third form. I will tell you later what is third form. Also called past participle form of the verb is always used. Past participle, I will tell you. Within minutes, I will tell you what is the third form of any verb. Then helping or auxiliary verb to be form is always used. Verb to be form. What is the to be form? That also I will tell you later. Now generally by is, this I have already explained, generally by is used before the object. A kite is flown by Ram. Okay. The cat has been, the rats have been killed by the cat. This by is always there. But in most of the, in 90% of the case there will be by. But in remaining 10% of the sentence there may be no by. Okay. But it is not a concrete. But this above 4 are concrete. This 6 is also very, very concrete. Tense is never changed. If the active voice is in present, it should keep in present. Means under no circumstances the tense of the sentence should be changed. Okay, dear students. So in one thing you should bear in mind, in case of active and passive voice, rules are very, very concrete except the use of by. Clear students? Except this rule 5, all other rules are used without any exception. I will tell you, grammar, English grammar is full of exception. Okay, it is not like maths and science, dear students, full of exceptions. Okay, so therefore that makes the literature difficult. Okay, so now let us go to the next topic. Now see, dear students, 5 forms of the verb. It is very, very important. Dear students, it is not only important from the active voice and passive voice point of view, it is also very, very important in the whole grammar. If you want to learn English, this is very, very important. Okay, wrong use of such words will make you a novice student. Okay, as far as English is concerned. Okay, so therefore we should write wrote, written. It is very easy to know. Write, the first form. The second form, wrote, and the third form is written. Many places you will get these things. So write, wrote, written. Then this S form. Very, very important, dear students, S form. When you use S, that becomes the S form, and this is the ing form, or you can say present participle form. Okay, this is called writing. So if a verb is given, in almost all the verbs have 5 forms. People generally think that they have only 3 forms: first form, second form, and actually this first form is called the present, past participle. Okay, this is called the present, this is called the past, and this is called past participle. But for the sake of simplicity, we say first form, second form, and the third form. And this is called the S form. When you write S here, you see writes, eats, plays. Only you add S to the first form. You see, you should never write wrotes. Pay attention, dear students. WROTES. It is never there. Always this S form, we get the S form from the first form only. Write, writes, eat, eats, play, plays, sleep, sleeps. This point you should bear in mind. The S form is generated from the first form only. No S is used in the second form or the third form. Though these things look very, very simple, but at the time of use, it makes too difficulty. Okay, too difficult. So dear students, again, ing form is also very easy, you see. Writing, eating. The thing is that there are some verbs which have the 3 forms the same. Cut, cut, cut. You see sat, sat, sat. But they are having the S form different. You see sats. It is not sat, 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 again sat, sat. Okay, it is not sat, sat, you see. So here it is sats and it is satting. So you will always have an S form and always have an ing form. Clear? Now the thing is that here is very, very important. This thing students generally don't know. Do is first form, second form is did, third form is done, S form is does, and the ing form is doing. you should bear one thing in mind in case of verbs. Any verb if you take, if you add s to any verb, it becomes singular, and when you write without s, they remain as a plural. It is just the opposite of nouns. I have told this thing in my previous videos also. Whenever a noun is added with s, when s is added to a noun, it becomes a plural. But it is the opposite in case of verb. When s is added to a verb, it becomes a singular. Don't forget, my dear students, these things you should never forget. Okay, these are the very, very basic requirement of English grammar. So here the thing is that has, have, had, have, has, and this. I have not written having. Dear students, you may see people speaking as having, but having is not at all a good English. Okay, not at all a good English. I am having a car. No, very, very poor English. Even in spoken English is very poor. I am having a car. No, I am having an umbrella. I am having 2 pens. No, it is better to say I do have a car. Okay, never use ing. There are many verbs where we don't use ing. Understanding, a very bad word. Okay, knowing. So they are very, very, we should avoid. So the most important thing is that we should try to avoid using having. Okay, these are some tricks, tips in case of English grammar. Instead of saying I am having 2 pens, it is better to say I do have 2 pens. Okay, students. Now with this, let us go to the next topic. This is again very, very important, to be form. I have told you, in case of passive voice, it will always take a helping verb, and that helping verb is what? The to be form of the verb, and this is the least of to be form. Again, let me tell you students, this is very, very important. It is not only useful for active and passive voice, it is a general requirement of the whole English grammar. Okay, M is R. This you make this one as one group. Okay, M is R. If you try to remember all these things at once, then you will forget. You make a group of M is R, then you make another group of was, were, and you make the third group of has, have, had. Okay, these 3 groups. In this case of M is R, M is singular, and M is generally used in case of I, and it is a present. I am a boy. It is a present tense. Okay. Now is actually singular. He is a boy, and it is a present. Okay. Are, it is actually present, but it is a plural. You are a boy. Okay, it will take, are is a plural. It is used in case of plural nouns or plural pronouns. Okay. Now here the next case, was and were. The difference is that was is a singular, were is a plural. Was, and both are past. Was is also used in past, as this M is are used in present. Similarly, was, were are used in past. Was for a singular and were for a plural. It is already given in the table. Okay, you have a look at this table, or you may note it down. Very, very important. I am telling you, repeating it is extremely important. Has, have, had. You see, has is a singular, have is a plural. Both are present. Both are present tense. Okay, both are used in present tense. Has is present tense, have is present tense, whereas had is past tense. And the difference here in case of had is, you see, had, you can use had in case of singular things, singular pronouns, he, she, it, this. Had can be used, very, very important, had can be used in all the case of pronouns. I will repeat, had can be used in all case of pronouns. I had a car, he had a car, she had a car, or I had finished the work in time. You had finished the work in time. She had finished the work in time. So in the had is used in all the case of pronouns. Ram had finished the job. Okay. Here you should understand one thing. The singular will take the singular thing, because this, I will tell you, this is singular, so they are all taking singular pronouns. Are is plural, so they are taking plural pronouns. Was singular, where it is again plural, and you see all are plural. You, we, they, these, those. Okay, same thing. So here you should understand, the singular should take the singular pronouns should take the singular to be form, and the plural will take the plural to be form, and these are the to be form. People or students generally don't understand what is meant by to be form. They heard about am, is, are, was, were, has, have, had, but they are not aware that what is the to be form. So the to be form consists of these many verbs. Am, is, are, was, were, has, have, had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So there are 8 forms of to be. So with this, now let us go to the next topic. Now exercise 1. Answer whether the voice is in active or passive. I told you, I will remind you that if the doer of the verb is the subject, means if subject is doing the verb, then it is active. If the subject is not doing the verb, means that not the doer of the verb, then it is in passive. See, the first one you see, the verb is scored. The batsman scored 58 runs. The verb is scored. Who is scoring? The batsman. And batsman is in the subject. So this is active, isn't it? So this is active. Yes, this is active. Active voice. So the bird killed the hunter. You see, the bird killed the hunter. What you can say? Now the verb is killed. The bird was killed by the hunter. The verb killing is not being done by the bird. It has been done by the hunter. So the subject is not doing the work. Subject is not the doer of the verb kill. So therefore it is in passive. Okay. So first was active, second was in passive. Now next one you see, my purse has been stolen. My purse has been stolen. Now the verb is stole, steal. So who is the purse itself is not getting stealed. Okay. The purse is not stealing something. So somebody, means I can say my purse has been stolen by somebody. So somebody is doing the work. The purse is not doing this work. So this is in passive. Now come to the fourth one. I will write an essay on my hobby. Yes. Now who is going to write? The verb is right here. The verb is right. And who is going to write? I. And I is the subject. So this is active. Okay. Now the fifth. The thief was caught. The thief was caught by the police. Okay, so the work of catching is being done by the police, not by the thief. So the thief is not doing the work of caught. So therefore the thief means the subject is not doing the work. So this is in passive. Clear? Okay, students, have a look. And now the answer part you see. The first one is active, I told you. Second one is passive. Fourth one is active, and fifth one is passive. Okay. Now let us have one more exercise. Right. Pause the video and you try. The answer is right in front of you. You see, let us see. Everyone enjoyed the annual function. The verb is the enjoy here. And who is enjoying? Everyone. So everyone is doer of the verb. So it is inactive. Clear? Now passengers are requested not to spit anywhere. Okay. Passengers are requested. So passengers are not requesting. The job of requesting is not being done by the passenger. Authority is doing. Okay. Some authority, some lady or gents is doing. Okay. To the passenger, requesting the passengers. So therefore passengers are not the doer of the verb request. So it is in passive. Clear? Now Kerala was lashed by heavy rain yesterday. Kerala was lashed. Kerala is not lashing. The verb here is lashed. Kerala is not lashing. Okay, the heavy rain has lashed Kerala. Okay, so Kerala means the state is not doing the work of lashing. It is not the doer of the work. So it is in passive. Clear? Columbus discovered America. Now here you see Columbus, the verb is discovered. And who has done that work? Columbus. And Columbus is the subject. So it is in active. Okay, dear students. So now next, the sudden noise frightened the dog. The verb is frightened here. Okay. Who is doing this work? The sudden noise is frightened the dog. This means the noise, the sudden noise, the noise itself, you see the subject is noise, and noise is doing the frightening work. Okay, the dog is not doing the work of frightening. The noise is doing the work of frightening the dog. So the subject, noise, is the doer of the verb of frightened. So therefore it is in active. Okay, dear students. This is all for today, my dear students. If you have liked the video, please like, share and subscribe to motivate me. In the next class, we will do how to change the voice from active to passive. Till then, bye bye. Thank you.